Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Ray, why women have totally unrealistic standards for men, dating, and marriage. Wow, that's a mouthful right there. Now, this video is in response to a video by a Miss Rebecca Lynn Pope. And I was right now I don't have the name of the gentleman who gave me the link to her video, but shout yourself out in the comments, brother. But I have to say, the honesty was refreshing, and it actually confirmed something that some other women have said. Now, definitely the things she talked about are things I've talked about in several videos. And I've talked about it in seminars. I've talked about it in front of people. Other men have talked about it. But see, the beauty of it is the thing she talked about is something women have talked about. Now, just from that one video, Miss Pope identified herself as a former matchmaker. Well, actually, I think she's still matchmaking, but she only does it for men. She gave up on women clients. And there were three things that she said that stood out for me in terms of what the women that were coming to her, that were paying her, were looking for. And, one of the first things, we got to qualify when we say women. Now, she didn't really mention the race of the women. So it's easy to assume she might have been talking about black women, but might not have been. I'm not sure. So I'm not going to use that. But I'll just say, comment on the things that she said. And she said a lot. And I'm not going to really get into it blow by blow. I have a link to her video in the description box. And I would like for people to show her some love. Subscribe to her. I mean, she's about it, and she's married. For the sisters that follow my channel, I think the number is up to 157 now. She's a woman, so she's coming from that perspective. I can tell you what a man thinks, but she could probably empathize with you a little bit better. So check her out, show her some love. I subscribed, get the views up. Let's make this video go viral. But check it out, right? Three things she talked about. Now, one of the things she had said, though, was that the reason she gave up on women clients is that, that whole thing with just unrealistic expectations. She is the third matchmaker that I've either read or heard from that, they said their women clients had this issue. Now, the other two, they were very specific about it being black women. And like I said, I'm not going to make any assumptions with this one, right? I mean, if she wants to do a follow-up to the video and say, hey, she was talking about specifically about black women, that's cool. But she said, one of the first things she said, too many women are looking for basically a girlfriend with a penis. That's all sensitive guy and all that. And, that was just like, yeah, you're right about that, sis. That's crazy. But one of the things, and I thought it was cute because she didn't want to say the word fuckboy. I don't have the same problem because it is what it is. But I could tell she's strong in her walk in the Lord with the Lord. So she ain't trying to curse someone there. So I respect that. But it was, one of the things she said was too many of these women are comparing good men to fuckboys, and that's crazy. That's crazy because, well, they're fuckboys, and because she said they probably friend zoning good men that they're actually compatible with. And I was like, wow, you know what? That's powerful. That's some powerful stuff right there, And I was just like, wow, yeah, she's saying the stuff. Because I talk about incompatibility a lot, And it's like a question, why are women chasing guys they know to be players? And then she gets into that more in her video. And, check it out. Like I said, I don't want to go blow for blow. Just comment on some stuff that kind of stuck out to me, right? And one of the things, the main thing she talked about, interestingly, was the habit of many women to chase after, these fine men, these pretty boys, These guys, I mean, she didn't really go into a description. I mean, she used some examples like Idris Elba, Michael Ealy, Boris Cujo, like these women who, honestly, if you think about it, if a woman is going to a matchmaker, she has to have a little bit of money. Like Rom is very cheap with his coaching services, but most matchmakers, they're not. They professionals, they got to pay some stuff. Rom just wants a little token, but everybody else, they probably like, nah, you got paid. So, these probably ain't those ratchets chasing Pookie and Ray Ray. These probably those professional women, independent women, got their stuff, get their money. But these women, they want those fine dudes. I've never actually seen that. But as she pointed out, first of all, I like what she said. She said, God did not create men to be beautiful. To be like the fine ones. Women supposed to be the fine ones in a relationship, which I agree. Because most men, unless they just had some, unless they won a genetic lottery, that's not even a big deal with men who probably are like considered like good looking by a lot of women. A lot of guys are like, whatever. They trying to get their paper. They trying to do their thing. That's not like a big deal. I mean, even some guys who you could probably actually call handsome like that. A lot of them are like, yeah, whatever. They more worried about some other things. But she said so many of these women out here chasing it. And I mean, this is a professional now. This ain't just a woman giving her like just a random opinion. This is a matchmaker. People paying her money saying, look, I want this type of guy. But, they want the good-looking guy. And, I like what she said about looking for these guys who are supposed to be 6'2" and all of that. As she pointed out, 3% of the male population is over 6'2". It's 6'2" and over. It's like a elder said to me about a lot of these basketball players. It's like it's unusual for human beings to be that tall. That's not a normal, everyday thing. That's why they stand out. The average guy is going to be about 5'9". Like anything over that. And there's like this website you can put a height in and it'll tell you. If you put anything over 5'9", they'll say, yup, you're above average, at least in this country. Only country, I think it's like in Scandinavia, they get like a little taller or something. Even then, not 6'2". All right. And then, she went on with another number, which I was more familiar with, saying only 14% of the population is even over 6 feet. And I really like that she brought out many of these things because it's something I've been saying for a while. I've been talking about unrealistic expectations. These women, they want that guy. He got to look good. He got to have that, that perfect body, gotta be handsome, dressed right, whole lot of money. And it would seem crazy, except if you in the right groups on like a Facebook or any type of social media, some people will get screenshots of women asking just for that, no matter what they have going. Because one of the things the sister pointed out is a lot of these women don't, they want this perfection, but they're not presenting that perfection to the guy. And I thought that was like, man, that's some raw stuff. And that's the issue we got to look at. It's an issue we got to look at. Like I said, I've talked with probably thousands of women just in the course of the stuff I do with relationships. And not even trying to matchmake, just having regular conversations with them. Right? And seen the seminars, heard with many women in private, they just want it. And it was like, God, you want Superman. I think I even wrote that in one of my books. I said, these women out here want Superman. And, people know I talk about Mr. Goodbar and the Masked Man. Well, those are guys who can kind of match that. In fact, the Masked Man, that mask he's wearing, he presents that ideal that women are wanting. So that's how he gets over, even if his sex appeal isn't the same as a Mr. Goodbar type. So she has some real talk in there. She has some real talk. Check it out. It's about the video is only about 20 minutes, But I want y'all to check it out. Show her some love and everything. Because one of the final things she talked about, which, oh man, and I've told those plenty of women I talk with, I always mention this one word: character. Look at that guy's character. You know, in the book that I wrote for Woman Finding the Right Man, I said, look at that man's character. You know? But you got women, they looking for this fine dude, and it was that shouldn't be the first thing. And the funny thing is, when she said that, that's what the other two matchmakers whose stuff I read, including matchmakers that were interviewed by Essence Magazine. I think it was Essence.com. I mean, that's something I've talked about before. Obsidian, he got the links for him. I gotta find that link again. But yeah, it was a great video. It was refreshing to hear somebody say something that I had been saying all along, and I think it's even stronger coming from a woman, because you know a woman can already, you know, if I say it or any other man say it, they can always deflect or do some type of mental gymnastics. But you have a professional matchmaker saying some of the very same things I've been saying. So definitely check it out. Check out the video. Show the sister some love and everything. All right. So anyway, that's it for today. Talk to y'all later. Peace.